going to scan through some remote jobs available right now, most of which are very entry level and they're not found all over the place. And as always, I got these jobs directly off their careers page within each company's website after checking the company for legitimacy. Let's scan through them. Rula Health has an opening for an IT support specialist to work full-time remotely almost anywhere within the United States. They tell us right here they're not able to hire in the state of Hawaii. This is your typical IT support kind of position where you'll provide technical assistance, troubleshooting hardware and software issues, and keeping the IT knowledge base up to date. And what they want from you is at least 2 years related professional experience serving in a help desk, service desk, or IT support role, providing technical support in an enterprise IT environment. You have experience supporting Apple Mac OS. You're able to create and maintain team and customer-facing process documentation. You have a basic understanding of security best practices, including access control and data protection, and you're able to manage your workload via service desk ticketing platform. And they list some preferred qualifications, and whenever I see preferred, that tells me it's just preferred, not required. Read through these preferences. If you meet any of them, you'll definitely stand out. And when it comes to the salary, scrolling back up this job description, they tell us right here on the job description, they'll pay you between $78,800 and $88,100 per year, plus equity. Devoted, I think they're actually Devoted Health. They have an opening for a Transitions of Care Associate. This is a full-time remote position anywhere within the United States. And what you do is support members who are newly discharged from the hospital, serving as an advocate for those members, coordinating care, and ensuring they have the necessary resources and support to achieve better health outcomes. So your goal will be to support members in safely recovering at home and to prevent hospital readmission. So they expect you to be caring, compassionate, solution-oriented, and enthusiastic about providing an outstanding experience for Devoted Health's members. So that pretty much sums up what you're going to do on a regular basis in this job. They share some more details. If you're interested, make sure to read through the details. They'd like you to have at least 1 year experience working in the Transition of Care program. You also have medical assistant certification and 2 to 3 years experience in healthcare, managed care, home health, and or community health setting. And it's desired, but it's not required. It's desired you're fully bilingual in English and Spanish. And right here on the job description, they tell us they'll pay you between $21 and $26 per hour. So moving on, SCA Health has an opening for an Associate Accounts Receivable Representative. This is a full-time remote position anywhere within the United States, and they tell us on this job description they'll pay you between $21 and $23 per hour. So in this job, you'll do your typical accounts receivable kind of work, and you'll work Monday through Friday between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And you don't have to live in the Eastern Time Zone. Just translate your local hours to those hours. You need a high school diploma or a GED, recent healthcare denials and appeals experience, you're familiar with EOB and reading medical policies from payers, and you have healthcare experience. And again, they tell us they'll pay you $21 to $23 per hour. SCA Health has another remote opportunity. This one is for a Senior Care Advocate Representative, and they have 6 openings available right now. It's a full-time remote position anywhere within the United States, and on this job description, they tell us they'll pay you $21.50 per hour. So you'll work in the Specialist Management Solutions Division of SCA Health. And your hours will be Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which translates to 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. So you'll be the face of the Specialist Management Solutions Division for customers. You'll deliver a personalized, empathetic customer experience as members navigate the complexity of the healthcare system. This includes answering questions and resolving issues in collaboration with teams across the company, healthcare providers, and insurance companies, engaging with customers over the phone while developing strong relationships with them as they complete their healthcare journey. So yeah, this job requires quite a bit of phone work, so you need to be okay with that. And what they want from you is a high school diploma or a GED. College degree is preferred, and that's just preferred, it's not required. They do want you to have at least 3 years experience in an office, call center, or administrative setting. Healthcare is preferred. And they also prefer but don't require, they prefer you have customer service sales experience. You need your typical soft skills, and it's a plus but not required. It's a plus you're bilingual in English and Spanish. So that does it for this one. Let's move on to our next opportunity. And it comes to us from Ensemble Health Partners. This job is for an accounts receivable supervisor. It's a full-time remote position nationwide, anywhere within the United States. So you'll supervise the accounts receivable team, assisting the accounts receivable specialist with problematic claims and questions regarding processes, as well as assignment of work and meeting all KPI and SLAs. You'll also be responsible for implementing short and long-term plans and objectives to improve revenue and denial trends, and working with insurance companies or government payers to identify reasons for unpaid or denied claims, as well as peers in other departments like coding, billing, and revenue integrity. You'll also have oversight of all human resources functions for your team, including but not limited to hiring, terminations, and performance management. So for this job, they'd like you to have a 4-year college degree, and they prefer, but they don't require, they prefer you have 1 to 3 years relevant experience in medical collections, physician, hospital operations, AR follow-up, denials and appeals, compliance, provider relations, or professional billing. You have knowledge of claims review and analysis, a working knowledge of revenue cycle, experience working the DDE Medicare system and using payer websites to investigate claim statuses, and a working knowledge of medical terminology and or insurance claim terminology. And I noticed this right here. I'm not sure it applies to you. You'll have to confirm this with them. But it says right here they want you to have CRCR license either upon hire or within 9 months of hire. And as far as the salary, they tell us they'll pay you between $46,900 and $89,850 per year. And that is based on experience. Okay, so moving on, WGU has an opening for a credential intake assistant to work full-time from home anywhere within the United States. No location restrictions anywhere on this job description, but you need to get your application in by November 28th, 2025. And as we can see on this job description, the pay range is between $17.35 and $25.19 per hour. In this job, you'll play a crucial role in ensuring the smooth processing of academic credentials and transcripts for prospective students. So yeah, you'll process and evaluate transcripts and credential requests, ensure that requests are accurately processed, act as an individual contributor to provide support in a variety of routine and standardized responsibilities, and maintain all pertinent records in compliance with federal and state laws, university regulations, and policies. You can demonstrate the ability to analyze information and come to appropriate conclusions driven by policies and procedures. You know how to apply FERPA regulations and business processes. You have a high school diploma, basic knowledge of processes and procedures. You're proficient using Microsoft Office and other similar software applications. And of course, you need attention to detail. You're able to maintain accurate records, and you're also able to manage multiple tasks and prioritize your workload effectively. EverCommerce has an opening for a product support specialist to work in the EverPro division. This is a full-time remote position anywhere within the United States, no location restrictions. And this sounds like your typical customer service kind of position where you'll manage and resolve customer questions and issues via phone, email, or chat. They want you to have 1-year customer service or tech support experience. A bachelor's degree is a plus. Operational experience is preferred. And ideally, you have worked in technical support for at least 1 year at a software development company using a SaaS platform. You're tech savvy. You have problem-solving skills. You also have experience in office administration, file maintenance, data entry, spreadsheet analysis, and reporting. And it's a plus you have knowledge of QuickBooks and Excel. So your hours will be 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time or 8 to 5 Central Time. And you don't have to live in the Central Time Zone. Just translate your local hours to those hours. They offer your standard suite of benefits, including a health insurance package effective day 1 of hire. And right here on the job description, they tell us they'll pay you $40,000 to $50,000 per year. Okay, so that brings us to our final remote job. This one comes to us from the company Simpler. This job is for a payer enrollment specialist. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States, and the salary is $17 to $20 per hour. So you'll be responsible for provider enrollment into federal, state, and commercial health plans, correspondence with provider's office, gathering of provider data needed for enrollment, completion of provider application, and follow-up with health plans until provider is fully enrolled. You'll also be responsible for advising the provider's office concerning best practices and procedures pertaining to enrollment. So that's pretty much it as far as what you're going to do. They share more details. If interested, read through the details. And to qualify, you need your typical soft skills. You've completed 1 to 2 years college coursework or equivalent professional experience. They prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have prior payer enrollment experience. You have experience in Microsoft Office products as well as PDF tools such as Adobe Acrobat or Foxit. So there you go. We just went over a pretty good selection of remote jobs. Hopefully one of them works out for you. And if you're looking for more remote jobs, check out this video right here. Have a great day, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.